So I want to address just some different topics that go into something that I call the vibe dimension when it comes to building an epic event that no one will ever forget. And so I've got these different acronyms that we like to use, and so I'll just kind of go through some of them one by one and just tell you about them. The first one that goes into the event is something I call SMAC, S-M-A-C. So SMAC means S for set design. What is set design? That's going to be your floor plan. The floor plan where the tables go, where the DJ is, the floor plan where the tenting goes if it's a festival, or where maybe it's a site plan and separate floor plans within the site plan. So set design is all about really what you might expect: furniture, tables, props. The M of SMAC is really what I like to call the mini script. It's a timeline of sorts. Everything in the timeline, it could be from the conception and birth of the event way upstream, or it could be a segment of the mini script which just has to do with everything involved with the actual event delivery itself and everything in between. But also the mini script needs to include the period of time after the event. So remember, we're working towards having memories. So the days, weeks, months, decades, even generationally, so that the event could go down in history. You want the mini script to maybe address elements in all time frames if possible, or wherever possible. Along the lines of the mini script, what I like to do is kind of sketch out the mini script and then start from the end in mind. What is the memories that we want people to have generations from now? And then work backwards and reverse engineer it. So that's the mini script. The A of SMAC in the SMAC component that is part of the recipe for epic events that no one will ever forget is really the audience. And the audience isn't always who you might think it is. Again, remember I said start with the end in mind. So the audience can be everybody on stage. On stage meaning, and which we'll get to that in a minute, but the audience is everyone who is present. But then also the audience could be those that are present generations from now. So if you're creating some artifact in the event, such as a video or a photography, remember the audience is watching, and that could be 10 years from now, or it could be 100 years from now, whatever your goal. So when you think of the audience, you want to keep that in mind, as the audience isn't necessarily who you think it is. But certainly the audience is made up of the C component of SMAC in this recipe, and the C stands for cast and crew. So cast and crew, some of the cast and crew will be on stage and some will be off stage, which we'll get to that in a minute. The cast really is comprised of the key people in the event. So for a corporate event, part of the cast could be the company president, the executive team. Part of the cast could be the keynote speaker, the people that are receiving the awards. These are cast members that are directly involved with the event in some way as far as on the client side. The cast might also involve a vendor. Maybe part of the cast is the band, or maybe part of the cast is a part of the entertainment, providing entertainment for the event. Also the crew. So the crew could be people behind the scenes, such as our video producer behind the camera lens right now. Part of the crew might be the executive chef, although the executive chef could also step in as a role as a member of the cast as well. You decide when you're designing the event. So the crew are the wait staff, the crew are the valet workers, the crew are the people that are helping to deliver the event, both on stage and off stage. So that is cast and crew, SMAC.